Hi, I'm Kimono Blossom and welcome to my channel. I'm bringing you content related to the Japanese culture and in particular kimono and how it remains a historically innovative garment. In relation to sustainability aspect of kimonos, I'd like to talk about the workshop I hosted using a second-handed kimono. The kimono was not wearable, I must say. It was all stained inside. The lining was completely destroyed. So the objective of the workshop was to repurpose this second-handed kimono and create something simple and practical, but completely different from a kimono. We made a furoshiki, which is used commonly in Japan to wrap things. Those things can be gifts or simply a bundle of clothes for packing. Furoshiki can also be used to wrap items in your living room to make them decorative and interesting for interior design. When upcycling this kimono, it didn't need to be a gift wrap, but it was the simplest option for me to share the significance of how the kimono is made. I spent a few hours before the workshop on deconstructing the kimono that a Japanese seamstress had sewn manually stitch by stitch. And what really surprised me was that I was able to put the fabric back in the right places to reconstruct the original 12 meters fold of fabric. I have heard about it, but this was the first time I've ever done it myself. It was amazing, and I really had to share that with the participants. And here in the picture too, you can see how the fabric fit back together. Unfortunately, I forgot to take a picture of the kimono before I deconstructed it, but hopefully you can see approximately where each piece was, and I hope you get the idea. The way a kimono is made produces minimal waste. One of the main characteristics of a kimono is that it's not cut into shapes to match the human body shape, and so it can be put back into the original bolt of fabric very easily. I think that's the biggest difference between the Western clothing and the Japanese kimono, and it's the ingenuity of our ancestors that aligns with the mottainai mindset. So then we went ahead and cut off sections of the kimono fabric to make a medium furoshiki. It required two pieces of fabric, which were 35 centimeters in width and 70 centimeters in length, discounting seam allowances. We sewed down the middle and made them into one piece, which is 70 by 70 centimeter approximately. I also showed them how they could tie it into a sack to carry things and to wrap an umbrella and attach it to a bag when a folding umbrella doesn't fit into the handbags. Even if the umbrella fits in a bag, if you have a large bag with lots of things in it and you wouldn't be able to whip out the umbrella, which is buried underneath everything else, then you could make your life simpler by simply attaching the umbrella on the outside of your bag. Now, these are some examples of how a furoshiki can be used to wrap gifts. You can use it to wrap different sizes and shapes of boxes or even bottles. There is one big difference between the gifting in Japan versus the gifting in the Western world. Just imagine in Europe, you would wrap a gift to give the gift with the wrapping paper, and you don't unwrap the gift before you hand it over to the receiver. But in Japan, when you give gifts, you don't actually give the wrap itself over to the person you're gifting to. You would unwrap the gift in front of them and explain a little bit about the gift, and then hand over the gift to the receiver. The reason why you would wrap the gift is so that it doesn't get dirty on the way to visit the person you're gifting. When you don't give away the gift wrap, it's also more convenient for the receiver because they don't need to think about what to do with the gift wrap. In case of wrapping paper, even if they didn't rip open the wrapping paper, they have to think, do I need to keep it to reuse? Or should I just throw it away because I don't have space to store it? So by removing the gift wrap before you hand over the gift to the receiver, You are reducing the inconvenience for the receiver, and in any case, furoshiki is not disposable, so it is a much more sustainable way of life. I hope this was an interesting insight to the Japanese culture. If you enjoyed today's exploration into furoshiki and the subtle beauty of Japanese gift-giving traditions, I'd love for you to follow my channel and share it with others who appreciate Japanese culture, creativity, and conscious way of living. In the future episodes, I'd like to dive deeper into the kimono world, but until then, stay curious and carry a piece of culture with you.